After a meeting, the real work begins. Lawyers often need to send an email, make a quick call, or confirm what was agreed. Clients or colleagues may ask, "When will I get the draft?" or "What are the next steps?" In this lesson, you will learn the essential vocabulary and polite phrases for following up after meetings. You will also practice using will and going to explain future actions so you can confirm deadlines, send reminders, and show professionalism in English. This is part of our full legal English course for lawyers and professionals. For full lessons, live sessions, and expert support, join our school community. The link is in the description. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to use vocabulary like summary, deadline, draft, action items, minutes, and reminder to describe follow-up tasks. Use will and going to explain future actions. For example, I will send the draft tomorrow. We are going to review the contract next week. Apply polite phrases for follow-up emails or conversations, such as, "Please find attached the minutes," or "I will confirm the deadline by Friday." Imagine this. A lawyer finishes a 1-hour meeting with a new client. During the meeting, they discussed a contract. Now the client asks, "What are the next steps?" The lawyer answers, "I will send you a summary today. You are going to receive the first draft of the contract tomorrow. The final deadline is next Friday." Later, the lawyer writes an email. "Please find attached the minutes of our meeting. I will send the updated draft tomorrow, and we are going to review it together on Monday." This story shows how follow-up is done in clear English. Confirm the tasks, explain the deadlines, and send reminders when needed. A summary is a short text that explains the most important points from a meeting. It doesn't include every word, only the key decisions and next steps. For example, "I will send you a summary of the meeting." After a 2-hour negotiation, the client cannot remember every detail. The lawyer writes a 1-page summary. "We agreed on the price, the delivery date, and the next meeting." The summary helps everyone stay clear and avoids misunderstandings. Sending a good summary shows professionalism. A deadline is the last time or date when a task must be completed. If you miss the deadline, there can be problems or penalties. For example, the deadline is next Friday. Let's look at a story. After a meeting, the lawyer tells the client the draft must be ready by Friday. That is the deadline. If the lawyer sends the draft on Monday instead, the client may lose trust. Deadlines are very important in legal work because missing them can damage a case or delay a contract. A draft is the first version of a document. It is not final, but it is ready for review and discussion. For example, the draft of the contract will be ready tomorrow. Let's look at another story. After a meeting, the lawyer prepares the first draft of a sales contract. The client reads it, makes comments, and asks for changes. Later, the final version is signed. Drafts are very common in contracts, letters, and legal opinions. Sending a draft shows progress and keeps the process moving. A task is a piece of work that someone must do. After a meeting, tasks are usually divided between different people. For example, the lawyer's task is to prepare the draft. Let's look at a story. At the end of a meeting, the lawyer says, "My task is to write the summary. Your task is to send the documents. The secretary's task is to prepare the minutes. Using the word task is very clear and simple. It helps everyone understand their responsibility after the meeting. Confirmation means clear proof or agreement that something is correct. It avoids doubts or misunderstandings. For example, we need confirmation of the meeting date. Let's look at this one. A client asks, "Will I receive the draft on Friday?" The lawyer replies, "Yes, I confirm that you will receive the draft on Friday." This confirmation gives the client confidence. Without confirmation, people may be unsure and start sending extra emails or calls. Minutes are the official record of a meeting. They include who attended, what was discussed, what decisions were made, and what deadlines were agreed. For example, please find attached the minutes of our meeting. Let's look at this one. A company has a board meeting. The secretary writes the minutes. The board approved the budget. The next meeting is on July 10. Minutes are more formal than a summary, and they are often required in corporate or government settings. Sending the minutes shows accuracy and transparency. A reminder. It is a message sent so that someone does not forget an important task. For example, I will send you a reminder before the deadline. Let's look at a story. A client must send documents by Tuesday. On Monday, the lawyer sends an email. This is a reminder that the documents are due tomorrow. The client feels supported and the work is done on time. Reminders protect against mistakes and build trust. An attachment is a file included in an email. It can be a draft, minutes, a summary, or any other document. For example, please see the attachment with the draft contract. Imagine, after a meeting, the lawyer sends an email to the client. Please find attached the minutes of our meeting. The draft contract will follow tomorrow. Attachments are essential in professional emails because they carry actual documents. Without them, the follow-up is incomplete. Will is used to describe future actions that are promises, decisions made at the moment, or things we are certain about. For example, I will send the draft tomorrow. We will confirm the deadline. She will review the contract next week. Use will when you are making a promise. I will send you the summary today. You make a decision at the moment of speaking. Client asks, "Can you send the file?" Lawyer answers, "Yes, I will send it now." Also, when you want to give certainty or reassurance, the minutes will be ready before Friday. Imagine a client is worried and asks, "When will I get the draft?" The lawyer replies immediately, "I will send you the draft tomorrow." Using will gives security. It shows the lawyer is making a clear commitment. Going to is used for actions that are already planned or when something is clearly going to happen. For example, we are going to review the draft on Monday. The client is going to send the documents tomorrow. I am going to prepare the summary tonight. Use going to when the action is part of a plan or schedule. We are going to review the contract at the next meeting. You already decided before the conversation. For example, I am going to send you the draft tomorrow morning. Or when the result is obvious or expected. It is going to rain, so we are going to reschedule the site visit. Imagine at the end of a meeting, the lawyer says, "We are going to prepare the draft tonight. Then We are going to review it with you on Monday. This shows the plan was already made and is ready to follow. To follow up means to continue the conversation or work after a meeting. For example, I will follow up with an email tomorrow. Let's look at a story. After a meeting, nothing happens. The client feels lost. But if the lawyer follows up with an email, summary, draft, or reminder, the client feels secure. Follow up shows responsibility and professionalism. An action plan. It is a list of steps to complete after a meeting. For example, the action plan will be shared with the team. Let's look at a situation. A lawyer finishes a negotiation. They write an action plan. Draft by Monday, review by Wednesday, final signature on Friday. Sharing this action plan helps everyone know their duties and deadlines. Next steps means the actions that follow a meeting. For example, our next steps are to review the draft and confirm the deadline. Let's look at this situation. At the end of a call, the lawyer says, "Our next steps are clear. I will prepare the draft and you will send the documents. Next steps make sure no one forgets what comes after the meeting." Please find attached. It is a polite way to tell someone there's a file with the email. For example, please find attached the minutes of the meeting. Let's look at this story. A lawyer writes, "Please find attached the draft contract. We're going to review it together next week." This phrase is very professional and is used in almost every follow-up email. Let's put everything together. A lawyer meets with a client to discuss a new contract. After the meeting, the lawyer explains in English, "I will send you a summary today. The first draft is going to be ready tomorrow. The deadline for the final version is next Friday. Our next steps are to review the draft on Monday and confirm the changes." Then the lawyer writes a professional email. "Please find attached the minutes of our meeting. Action items are listed. I will follow up with a reminder before the deadline." This story uses today's vocabulary: summary, draft, deadline, action items, minutes, reminder, attachment. And today's grammar, and also today's legal phrases: follow up, action plan, next steps, please find attached. It shows how to follow up after a meeting clearly, politely, and professionally. Let's review quickly what you learned today. You learned vocabulary like summary, draft, deadline, action items, minutes, reminder, and attachment. These are words you use every time you follow up after a meeting. We practice grammar with will and going to so you can explain what will happen and what is planned. You use legal phrases like follow up, action plan, next steps, please find attached, essential for professional emails. Finally, you told a wrap up story that showed how to combine everything: sending a summary, preparing a draft, confirming deadlines, and following up with clear next steps. Following up after meetings is one of the most important skills for lawyers. In our legal English community, you get access to beginner, intermediate, and advanced lessons, and even more importantly, live sessions in a private forum. Click the link in the description and join us today to keep building your legal English skills.